कि अगर ईरान के साथ हमारा जो मुआहदा था कि हम पाइपलाइन बनाएंगे, वो पाइपलाइन अगर बन जाती तो पाकिस्तान को फ़ायदा ही फ़ायदा है। मगर अब्बासी साहब की दौरे हुकूमत के अंदर उन्होंने साफ ही पार्लियामेंट में ये कह दिया कि जी अमेरिका ने क्योंकि ईरान को सैंक्शन किया हुआ, इस वजह से हम अब ये पाइपलाइन नहीं बना सकते। मगर इसमें तो कोई शक ही नहीं होना चाहिए कि पाइपलाइन अगर बन जाए तो पाकिस्तान को इतना फ़ायदा है कि जिसकी हद साफ करेंगे। 25% हमारा बिल ऑयल इंपोर्ट्स का है, और इकोनॉमी के अंदर जो शॉक लगते हैं, अभी जो शॉक लग रहा है मिसाल के तौर पे, वो लगते ही इस वजह से है कि जब तेल की कीमत बढ़ जाती है तो हमारी इकोनॉमी तबाह हो जाती है।
Let's stop pretending the Iran-Pakistan pipeline is just a significant project for Pakistan. That framing is too small for the scale of this crisis. The Iran-Pakistan pipeline will not just protect Pakistan, it will bring stability to regional and global energy flow. After the February 28 US-Israel war in Iran, the real lesson is brutal and obvious. The world energy system is dangerously overexposed to the Strait of Hormuz. Brent shot above $115. Roughly a fifth of global oil and gas trade was put at risk, and Washington suddenly had to confront the cost of a strategy that can win militarily yet still lose economically. This pipeline is not just about convenience, it is about stabilizing energy flow before the next shock turns into a global economic seizure. And let us be honest about the American interest here. Donald Trump's own public messaging made clear that uninterrupted oil movement mattered enormously during this crisis. Even while the war continued, he welcomed limited tanker passage through the Hormuz as a meaningful gesture. That says everything. The United States may talk first in the language of deterrence, sanctions, and military pressure, but when oil stops moving, strategy changes fast. That is exactly why Washington should stop treating the Iran-Pakistan pipeline as a sanction problem and start treating it as a controlled stabilization instrument that serves US interest as well as Pakistan's. Pakistan's value in this crisis was not theoretical. Pakistan hosted regional talks on reopening Hormuz, and that Iran allowed 20 more Pakistani flagged ships through the strait as a confidence-building step. That is not symbolic trivia. That is geopolitical leverage. It shows that Pakistan still retains a channel of trust and communication that matters when shipping lanes are under pressure and tempos are running high. After years of lazy assumptions that Pakistan's strategic relevance has faded after 9/11, this crisis has exposed the opposite. Geography does not disappear because the diplomats get fashionable. Geography returns the moment markets panic. Now compare that with the India-US so-called strategic partnership. The Logistic Exchange Memorandum of Agreement, or LEMOA, was supposed to deepen practical logistic cooperation. But this crisis has exposed its hard limit. LEMOA is a support arrangement, not a magic corridor. It can facilitate access, refueling, and services, but it cannot abolish geography, reopen Hormuz, or turn India into the natural stabilizer of Gulf energy flows. India did what it could. It secured about 60 days of crude supply, expanded sourcing, and scrambled to manage a serious LPG crunch. But that only proves the point. India remains a large exposed consumer trying to insure itself against a Gulf disruption it cannot physically neutralize. That is why the fantasy that India can substitute for Pakistan in this specific crisis, or any such in future, is strategically unserious. India matters, but India sits at the receiving end of the disruption. Pakistan sits on the connective ground between the Gulf, Iran, South Asia, and Western China. That positional advantage is not ideological, it is structural. The same exaggeration applies to the UAE argument. Yes, the UAE has bypass infrastructure and has pushed maritime responses, but those alternatives only absorb part of the shock. They do not remove choke point vulnerability. They merely soften it. Pakistan offers something different, a land-based stabilizing option tied to diplomacy rather than only naval management. So the answer is straightforward. Washington should grant Pakistan a narrowly tailored waiver for the Iran-Pakistan pipeline and pair it with a clear guarantee that the project will not be disrupted in the future Middle East crisis. That would not reward Iran, it would protect global energy continuity, reduce market blackmail, strengthen Pakistan's balancing role, and serve the region better than another round of slogans about resilience. And that is exactly what a serious grand strategy is supposed to do.